This is the respiratory system, and I'm going to focus on just half at a time, half of this model, and I'm going to start with this half. So I have a different video that goes through the structures of the head because this is pretty small, so meaning like I have to zoom way in. So I'm going to skip the head and move right to the trachea and the main bronchi here. And this lung, the left lung, is intact, meaning you can see the superior and inferior lobes, and you can also see the cardiac impression of the left lung. The right is cut open, so you can see the main bronchi, but then how the bronchs divide and get smaller, smaller, smaller. These white structures here are ribs. In between the ribs are the red intercostal muscles. And then you also see the diaphragm down here at the base of the lungs. Okay, so that is, oh, and then the lobes are not super visible on this side, but the right lung has 3 lobes, superior, middle, and inferior lobes. And now this is a microscopic view where you can see the pulmonary artery coming in. Remember, it's blue. And the pulmonary artery then turns into, well, pulmonary arterial, but then the pulmonary capillaries or alveolar capillaries that cover the alveoli. And then blood turns from blue to red, and it returns through the pulmonary venules, pulmonary vein, back to the heart. This is a bronchiole, which is a very small bronchus. And the orange bands here are supposed to be smooth muscle bands because bronchioles no longer have the hyaline rings of cartilage that the bronchi and the trachea have. Instead, they've got this smooth muscle that carries out bronchoconstriction and bronchodilation. And this is one alveolar sac, the whole thing. Each individual little, I always call these like clusters of grapes. The alveolar sac is like a cluster of grapes. Each individual grape, each individual little bubble is one alveolus.